there's 180 degrees of the scan. The next rotation is measuring the inclinometer sensor. So we have that as a reference. And then finally it will go around and capture the images. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no, it's fine. So it's doing what it should do now.
Yeah.
So that's the laser scan, the first one.
Brilliant.
And then it'll photo scan everything, so it'll go around once with the laser and then it'll come back with the camera.
So I'll just put 2 meters away from the scanner. There's going to be a point every 12 meters. We're going to be leapfrogging around the cellars every few meters.
Yeah.
So we're going to capture lots of overlapping data and be filling in the details. So we should have a point spacing of around 1 millimetre, I'd say, by the time we've compiled them all.
Yeah.
So that's plenty. If it was a wide open space, then we'd consider upping that to, if you press 1 to 5 there,
Yeah.
you'll see the point spacing reduces to 7 millimetres at 10 millimetres. Yeah, so it's almost half. So yeah, it was a bit more open than we consider 1 to 5, but the 1 to 8 will be fine for this job. And then if you go back, you can then have a look at, that's alright, just go back to parameters. Yeah. So the next options then are horizontal and vertical. So that is where you can define a window. So if you did want to focus on a particular area, you could define the angles in there. We want to capture the full range, so the full 360 scan. So we can leave that one as it is. Select sensors. So you have a look in there. The one that we want to use. GPS is off by default with an indoor profile. We can leave all of the others on, but the most important one to us is the inclinometer. So remember, before each scan, we need to check.
You guys don't mind, no?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm just going to get this round the corner out of the way.
Oh, okay, yeah, take it down. Yeah. So the first step is to set up the project. So you can do that through the manage projects.
Manage project clusters.
So always select the default project at the top, and then you have an option to duplicate that down the bottom. So that adds you a new project, which you can then rename. That's right. Click on that, and then project name, and then just start typing in the project name. That's it, and then you can change the file base name. So the default is Faro scan, and then it'll be number 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're happy with that, leave it as it is, or if you want to change it to seller scan, then you can do that. Sorry, you can't use spaces in this name. You have to have an underscore. Which you find through. Yeah. And then just change that to number 1. Perfect. And then if you go back to the home screen.
Come on, Phil.
Oh, hello. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, basically it's just to get a 3D map of these cellars and we'll be able to fly people through or move through like we did when we were scanning back at the unit.
Okay, so visual representation, and then what about any drawings? Do you want a layout done?
Yes, I think we'll probably try and get a layout of the whole. So we're saying that we've got a decent map of these cellars already.
Okay.
So there is a plan of each of the cellars,
Right.
but we could. So really, I think the main thing is the 3-dimensional move through of the cellars and mapping it that way.